The police say all will be done to prevent violent acts against the nation's children. This comes on the heels of reports that at least 3 children were murdered in the first month of the year. As we hear in this report from TVJ's Vashon Brown, the children's advocate, Diane Gordon Harrison, is among those expressing concern.
Of the 3 children killed so far this year, the police say the investigation is well advanced for at least 1. A man was taken into custody in relation to the abduction and murder of 8-year-old Galen Buchanan.
He is expected to be charged later this week. So the police have been conducting a series of investigation in that particular matter. So we know that matter will be going to the court soon.
The man was eventually charged. He's 40-year-old Orchestra Rose, otherwise called Philip, of Seaview Gardens. He's scheduled to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday. Galen went missing on January 21. His body was found 2 days later in the Kingston Harbour with his hands bound. The number of children killed each year continues to be a concern. Children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison says in many instances where children are attacked or killed, it is usually someone who knows the child and someone the child has a relationship of trust with.
So what it tells me is that persons who are in children's lives in a position of authority are persons that we need to pay very close attention to as parents and guardians.
At the end of 2019, 45 children were killed. Mrs. Gordon Harrison says a number of things should be done in order to prevent these violent acts from happening.
As a parent, as a guardian, as a caregiver, we need to know what are the patterns that our children have on a typical day. What are the things that affect them in terms of their mood swings, so we can detect if there is an underlying issue that they're perhaps not telling us about that could morph into the ultimate danger that we're kind of talking about now. So we need to be in tune with our children and be ready to support them.
She also argues that the role of the criminal justice system is also important in holding people accountable for harming children.
We need to ensure that we're having proper investigations that are thorough, that can hold on to very tangible evidence so that we can hold persons accountable for the wrong that they do to our children.
We have to do something to ensure that 45 children are not killed in 2020. We have to continue with the conversation with the children that you don't go into vehicles with strangers. You don't go into vehicles where you see all men. We're not suggesting that females are not a part of it, because we do see that happening. And we realize that even in cases with children, females are used to play a part, because I believe that children are more trusting of females. So what you'll find is that they exploit that. So it's best to stick to the public transportation.
In the meantime, last week, the body of an 11-year-old boy who had been reported missing was found in a river in Temple Hall, St. Andrew. The police gave an update on their probe.
That particular case, they have processed the scene, and no foul play suspected at this time. As a matter of fact, the scene did not give any indication as to how he died, so they are relying now on the post-mortem examination to determine the cause of death.
Vashon Brown, TVJ News.